How's it going, guys? I'm currently here today with SHAKIL MALJI of Abdullah Aid. As you can see behind me, I'm at their offices. As some of you may know, some of you may not know, on the 17th of April, which is the bank holiday Monday, we're having a little fundraiser, a little charity football match, 11-a-side, where we will go head-to-head, the coaches versus the parents. But we're not forgetting the big picture here. We are trying to raise money for Abdullah Aid, who are doing fantastic work across the world. So what we'll do first, before we get started on the interview, is let's have a look at what they do, let's have a look at how they're making a difference, and let's have a look at where your money will go.
Viewers, as you can see, the truck is ready with the Syria emergency relief. The food parcels are in there, the blankets are in there, and also the hygiene packs. As you can see around you, the camps are all around us here, which the truck will be going around to, and everybody that's here on ground, they'll be delivering this hand to hand to the Syrian refugees. Alhamdulillah, we have been able to do this with your support, so continue making du'as for us and continue supporting us. Jazakallah khair.
يا إلهي أنت ربي ذو الجلال والإكرام يا إلهي فاعف عني واهدني ولا تتركني أرجو إليك فلا تكلني أنت حي.
One is blind and he can walk, the small one. The other one, he cannot walk and he is blind.
Subhanallah, two children in this family, both brothers, both blind. One is blind and cannot walk. We'll be providing a wheelchair for the blind child that cannot walk. As you can see here, there's a child here which has lost his leg, 15 years old, he's lost his leg in the war. So we will be now providing him with a wheelchair for ease of getting around in the camps, inshallah.
نظر إلى الوجه المنور جلال الكمال يا رب اجعل لي منهم أريد أن أكون معاك يا إلهي أنت ربي ذو الجلال والإكرام يا إلهي فاعف عني واهدني ولا تتركني يا إلهي أنت ربي
Alright guys, so guess you've just seen a couple of minutes of the fantastic work that SHAKIL and his team are currently doing. Let's go straight into it. So Shaq, just give us a brief introduction on yourself, and let our viewers know, because some of them may not know, why Abdullah Aid was initially formed and the work that you're carrying out as well.
Okay, so to narrow it down very shortly, we're a charity organisation here based in Forest Gate, Upton Lane. Now, we are serving humanity, people across the globe who suffer from crisis, people who need emergency relief, and people that are less able to provide for the families and for themselves. So what we try to do is we try to target these places and we try to assist these people as much as we can with our team here. Now, the first thing is where Abdullah Aid came from. Abdullah Aid was originally a group of friends that went out there to jungle camps and things like this to assist people that were in need. And it was taken very light initially, but then what happened was there was no charity name, there was no Abdullah Aid at the time, it was just something that we wanted to do ourselves. But then what happened was there was an inspiration that came for all of us in our lives. And unfortunately that was due to my son, who was actually Abdullah, who sadly passed away with a genetic illness that he had. He was given a time scale of life, and you know, before the maximum time he was given, he sadly left this world. And the only things made us, you know, things come into your mind at times, and we think to ourselves, you know, what is life really about? You know, what can we do in our life to assist people that are in need and to stop people from dying, for example? And these are one of the things that we can do, which is the humanitarian field. And so Child was an inspiration for myself, and along with me, for many others as well. So we were able to, by one inspiration, by one soul, by one small little soul that Allah sent down, we were able to support tens of thousands of people currently.
No, we do see the work that you're doing. It's absolutely amazing work. I have to put it out there. If you guys don't know what they're doing, please check them out, because they're an unbelievable organisation. Just moving on, you're currently carrying out some projects, as you've mentioned. What kind of projects? Where do you go? How do you recruit your team? You know, how does it work? You know, just a little insight on how it works on a day-to-day basis here.
Okay. So what we first do is, if, say for example, there's a crisis, an emergency relief, so what we would do is we would have partners working on ground, or we'll have a team working on ground. So we would send funds there, or you know, send items from here or something like that, and the team on ground would distribute this to people that are in need. Now, many times what happens is it's something that we plan a few months before. Especially for, like, for example, the Syrian refugee crisis. So they are already in camps and tents and things like this. So a few months before, maybe even a month before, we plan to go there with the team. Prior to going, we make sure that we have certain aid ready, like for example, food parcels. We have blankets. You know, we have empowerment projects like sewing machines, and we also have shelter homes. So what we do is, prior to us going, we make sure we have everything ready in that location. We then allocate a team. So it will probably be a few people, which will be from London itself, from our team here, and we'll have a few volunteers on. Now, you know, we are very happy that we've been supported by a lot of local volunteers as well. So we have a database of volunteers up to about 30, 40. So what we do is we take it by turns. So if someone's already been, then we ask somebody else if they can assist us on that trip. So what these people do is they fund their own travels, and they fund their own accommodation and their own expenses. And what we do here, for security measures, we make sure we've done all the necessary checks on these individuals, and you know, they have their own terms and conditions to abide by as well. And once all that is agreed, then they are on board. So what we would do is we would give them a target to raise. So if they've got approximately 2 months before going, we give them a target of of raising, like for example, £5,000. A lot of people go way over the £5,000, and a lot of people just hit the £5,000. But whichever way it goes, it's all fine. You know, whichever way it goes, it's fine, because something is better than nothing. That's what we see here. So then what we would do is, on the date that we're allocated to go, we would spend approximately, like on our last trip to Jordan, where the Syrian refugee camps are, we were there for about 7 days. So you go there, you are able to pack items, like blankets, food items, then we're able to distribute it to different camps the next day. We also had like a disability project, so we had wheelchairs that we supplied to the elderly, children, people that were disabled, had no legs. Like there was children that had lost, like you know, the video that you guys just saw, there was a child that lost his leg in the war. He was only 15 years old, for example, and he had no leg, only one leg. So obviously he couldn't walk, so we supplied them with you know, wheelchairs and things like this as well. And there's many other people, there's many elderly people and all sorts of things. So we go out there to try our best to see what the necessities are, what the needs are, because everybody has different needs. So this is how we actually complete these journeys that we go on.
Nice, fantastic work. It's fantastic work. And you mentioned the Syrian refugee camps. Obviously, we're a football channel, and for people who know about football and stuff, not only recently Cristiano Ronaldo sent out a video about the Syrian refugee camps. Messi has sent out a video about the Syrian refugee camps. So you know, you guys are out there at the forefront doing the work. So you know what, credit to you guys. You also mentioned volunteers. Now, I remember speaking to you in the past regarding r77 as an organisation, because obviously we've been back and forth quite a few times, and we do want to do proper volunteer work for you guys. We want to come out there with our training equipment. We know there's youngsters there. We know football puts a smile on people's faces. So yeah, you know, again, I'm putting out a video now, so there's no excuses, Sheks there. We're putting out a video. We want to come out there. We want to do these training camps. How soon can you get us out there?
Well, yeah, as soon as we can allocate a stop for you on ground by the team there for us to go, then yeah, the better.
That's perfect. And you mentioned Syrian refugee camp, Jordan camps. What projects have you got coming up in the near future? You know, within a year or so.
Sorry, we do many projects. So in the next week now, I've got myself and a team member. We're off to Tanzania for a project which is for an orphanage. So we're going there, so we'll be there for about 7-8 days. I come back and then I'm in the UK again for 3 weeks. After that I'm again at Jordan refugee camps.
So it's not just being the founder, is it? It is actually getting out there and doing the work and being. So a lot of people need to understand that some people may have organisations and charity work, and you're the founder of it, and obviously it's close to your heart. So you are actually out there. You are taking all this hard work that people are doing on the outside for fundraising and stuff, and you're putting their money to good use. And just a quick, short message for the people who are going to be raising money, because like you said about targets, I've got 14 coaches on board, and I'm not shy in saying it. I've given them all a target of £200 each for each coach, and each individual child will also be given a sponsorship sheet where they can go door to door and go into their families and try and raise as much money as we can. And of course we will reward the 1 or 2 or 3 individuals who raise the most money, because at the end of the day they're youngsters, no one's over the age of 12. So we're trying to get them, you know, trying to open their eyes up a little bit, so that there is more to life than just coming to a football pitch or just going to school or just going to mosque. There's so much more that goes on in the world. Where would the money that we raise for you guys, where would it be put? Will it be put into various projects, or do you have a specific project that you want to put it into?
Well, it all depends on the amount that's raised. There's many options. You've got loads of options that you can go with. Whichever option that you do go with, just know that whichever project we do go with, there will the feedback on there that we get. For example, you know, if it is before that you guys want to go, the feedback that we get from ground in terms of, say for example, the soccer school has donated for maybe a shelter home or something like this, then we would be able to have an actual name plaque on the actual shelter homes. So it will show that it's from this soccer school that this money has been donated from, for example. So it's a good feedback for the parents and all the people that come on the day to donate as
Of course, that's
That'd be great
perfect.
as well. But as I said to you, there's many projects.
Yeah, definitely.
There's many things that can be done.
No, that's brilliant. Last question, have to ask it. Yeah, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's still going to be competitive. Is parents, is coaches, is age and experience versus the youth of the youngsters. Who wins it for you?
I think it's the parents.
Oh wow!
He's right. You know,
I'll go for it.
Because you are teaching the children.
Yeah.
The children are going home to teach the parents.
He's got a good answer there. He's got a good answer. I assure you, he's going to go differently. I want to thank Shaq for sitting down with us for, even if it's for a short while. I hope you guys understand how serious this is. It's not just a game between parents and coaches. That's just a grand show. It's literally just for the entertainment for everyone. But there is a whole big scheme behind it. I hope you understand it a little bit better. If you don't, there's surely ways that they can find out. You've got everything here: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Abdullah Aid. And of course their website, which is www.abdullahaid.org.uk, if I'm correct.
That's right.
Yeah, so I've done my research. But yeah, just the last word on Shaqs. Look, people out there, and especially the youngsters that are watching, you guys have got role models. You guys have got, you look at these, especially in the football life, we look at people like Ronaldo and Messi, and we admire them for when they say stuff about charity work. This is a guy living proof. He took something that was what people could have broken people, and he used it in such a positive effect that, may your son get all the rewards possible for all the work that you're doing on his name, and let's all chip in, help out as much as we can. And Abdullah is going from strength to strength to strength, and r77 Stock School is absolutely honoured to help out even a smaller man. So guys, put your hands in your pockets and donate. And we see you on April the 17th, inshallah. Jazakallah Shaykh.
So.